Hey guys, it was Saturday midday. I just went to work, picked up the Peterbilt. Thought I'd do some touch up to it. I just washed it at work, and we're just gonna do some touch up to the front of the frame. You can see it started to rust, so just need to clean that up and go over it with some paint, just to keep it from not rusting anymore. I just removed all the loose dirt, cleaned as good as I could, and I'm just using Bengalak just to prevent it from rusting anymore. It's a work truck though, so I'm using it whether it's snowing or it's sunny or it's. And on the west coast of Norway, we've got a lot of salt on the roads in the wintertime. Even if it's not snowing or it's cold, they just tend to put a lot of salt on the roads. Even when it's 7-8 degrees Celsius, the salt trucks are out spraying. So it's gonna rust anyways. Just keep it to a minimum, I guess. Try to protect it as good as possible. And also in a couple of weeks, next week we're going to Texas, to Nacogdoches and Old Town Rig Down. Really looking forward to that. Hoping to get a lot of good footage that weekend, or yeah, next weekend. And the weekend after that, we're going to Stavanger. There's a show called Motorama in Stavanger, and they invited me to come with this truck because they were going to have a separate place outside where they're going to be showcasing trucks. This is not the most beautiful truck around, but it's a working truck. It's a, what do I say? It's a Peterbilt in Norway, and that's rare enough in itself. Hope there's going to be a couple of more American trucks, but when we went to the last truck show a couple of weeks ago, there was only two more American trucks. One Kenworth and two Kenworths, I think. So, but we're hoping for more this time. Yeah, so did some touch up. Not too much, just to get it black and get it better looking, give it some little protection. And I told you guys I'd show you or talk a little bit about the truck. It's a 2012 Peterbilt 386 with a 15-liter ISX Cummins 540 horsepower, 550 horsepower, sorry, and 1850 foot-pounds of torque. I like it. I've never driven. I've worked on Caterpillars before, but I've never driven a truck with a Caterpillar in it, so I couldn't tell you the difference. But I've driven Volvos, Scanias, yeah, different kind of European trucks, but never the Cummins in a truck. I've had pickups with a 5.9-liter Cummins, but that's a whole different story. I like it. For me, it's been working great the year I've had it. It's fairly good on fuel consumption as well. I think it's, yeah, I like the engine. And also, a lot of people think this is an automatic, since it's not the 389 or 379, because a lot of people here in Norway think they think the 389s, 379s are old trucks, but apparently they aren't. So this is an 18 speed. I've changed out the knob. Works great for me, no issues at all. We've also, yeah, so the bunk in the back, if you can see it. I've changed out the seats. The original seats, they weren't too good, so I bought new seats, changed them out. Let's see. These were pretty good. Leather seats. Used the old seat mounts. And I'm thinking about changing out the stereo on it, because this is connected to this screen, but it's not too good, and it shuts off every now and then. So I thought I'd buy a new one and put it in. And the stereo isn't too good either, I think, but we'll see what we can do with that. And for the rest of the truck, it's got, as I told you, 18-speed transmission and Cummins 550 horsepower engine. I've got 410 rears. I guess that's because it's sold new, and it used to live in Canada. As we were told, they hauled fuel tanks, diesel tanks with it. So I bought it from Canada a little over a year ago, and I got it shipped to Norway. Me and my son went to Oslo at the dock there and got it, drove it home, or actually we drove up, attended a drag racing tournament in Oslo, and then we drove it home. So I did some work to it, because you can't just put plates on it in Norway. We had to have these E-log. Everybody has to have the E-log. Had to have fenders on it. I put fenders on it. Originally I painted it, but that kind of flew off. So fenders are mandatory, and we had to have a lot of paperwork get mailed to me from Canada. Did also have to get paperwork on the fifth wheel, because they just didn't want to accept that fifth wheel because of the payload on the trailer and what it was rated for. So I got that. Also, I had to change out this. We've got the American and Canadian ABS. Doesn't have enough. In Norway, all the trucks and trailers are 24 volts, and the ABS has 7 connectors in it, because it's a different system than you got in the US. So I had to rebuild that, and also for lights and all the accessories on the trailer, I had to put that one on. And since the truck itself is 12 volts, I had to put, let's see, I bought some yeah, so my wife just walked by. I had to talk to her for a minute. This is from 12 volts to 24 volts. I bought 4 of those because I need to have, I needed the truck to speak to the trailer, so to speak, because it's a 24 volt. So all the lights on the trailer, of course, they're LED, so they work fine on 12 volts. But all the rest of the stuff, ABS, axle lift, turning on the last axle, everything works on 24 volts. So I had to put these transformers in. And also airlines are different. There's valves inside, if you can see it. Airlines are different in Europe than in the US. The ones back when I started with trucks, we used to have those the two separate ones that you use in the US now. We call them donkey airs, but we've been using these Duomatics for many years now. So I put that one on, and yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to do. Yeah, and it's got a lubing system on it, and that works really good, I think. Lubes the fifth wheel and everything that has to be lubed except for the actual drive shafts, of course. I have to lube them with a grease gun. It's not deleted. It's got the DPF and the AdBlue. It's got one heater for the engine, and it's got one heater for, oh, the keys are inside, but there's one heater inside here as well for the bunk, and both of them work really good. And it came with a stainless steel visor on it, a small visor that I didn't like, so I bought a new one from Talladega fiberglass. So I like that a lot better. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. So just put some paint on it just to make it look a little bit better. And of course, from eBay. Yep. And chains, of course. In Norway, you have to have chains. On the truck, you have to have 3 on the truck. 2 for the drives, and 1 for the steering wheel. 1 for steering and 2 for drives. And also 4 for the trailer. So if you're a semi pulling a trailer, you have to have 7 in total. Yep. That's it for truck, I think. I'm going to be making a couple of more videos about the E-Log and some stuff. So it'll be coming out shortly. Have a great weekend, guys.